So here's the most important part, okay? When you get a click from whether it's the paid stuff where you doing Google ads or you're doing organic stuff, which is the normal ranking, SEO or what, those sorts of things, you're getting a click. That is the sole job of that step. And we call that traffic. Like it's people, like you got the roads, you got the cars on the road, they're all going a certain way and they're going to a destination, okay? So all it is traffic. Traffic without conversion is useless.
Traffic jam or just traffic
like
flowing.
I don't need, like, if I said to you, look, I'm really going to help your business. I'm going to get you 1,000 clicks. How awesome is that? Yeah. Can you take that to the bank? Can you go to the bank and say, I've got 1,000 clicks, got like 200,000 impressions. Aren't I good? Right? Yeah. It doesn't help you at all. It's like likes on Facebook. They're vanity. It doesn't really serve a purpose, but you've got to get good ones. You've got to get them in order to get leads, okay? So the most important part is where they go. If someone clicks on your Google ad, where they go should be a high converting landing page with a form, your phone number, good stuff on it. But here's the thing, the biggest mistake, most people send them to their homepage of their website. And the homepage of the website is the worst place you could possibly send anyone who's looking for a service because the homepage is too generic.
Yeah, there's too many places and things for them to look at. And many, many businesses have old websites that are out of date or function really poorly in the new land of high-speed internet, or just look awful, or have old branding or out-of-date content and information. And that's where they're sending these highly valuable clicks and traffic to. And what happens then?
Exactly. So you're paying the agency, you're paying for the clicks, and you're not getting the conversions. That's why. It's not that the Google company that you've hired is doing anything wrong. They're actually probably doing pretty good, right? But they'll probably say, oh, the problem is the offer isn't good enough, the page isn't good enough, your website needs to be updated, etc. Right? So you've got this chicken or the egg scenario. Like, what do you do? So here's the rule I want you to take from this, right? Make sure that you've got a converting offer, a converting landing page before you start investing a whole bunch of money on traffic. Make sure it converts and makes you money. And if the agency who's helping you with your Google ads can't advise you and support you in creating high converting landing pages, walk away. Walk away, because they will wash their hands of all responsibility and say, we got you the traffic, that's your problem because you didn't convert them. The principle of a high converting landing page is that you want it to be very relevant to what the ad promised, to what the ad was about. Yeah. So typically a good landing page has one call to action, right? One thing that you want them to do, and it's very clear about that. So very simple.
It's kind of like landing somebody. I love to use the shop metaphor, and it's kind of like, I would like to buy fish. Fresh fish, that's just what comes to mind. Fresh fish. And you see an ad or something, you're like, I buy an amazing fresh fish here. You click on it and you land. So if you were to land on a landing page, you land, it's like the shop front, right? The outside of the shop. And there's an amazing display of fresh fish. And there's one door to go through, one call to action, one thing to do for the promise of this amazing fresh fish that's all over the front of the shop front. So you go through that door and you buy that fish. I mean, sometimes what they do, and when people land, they run an ad, is they don't have the customer, the lead, land at the shop front, which is the landing page with that one thing to do. They dump them in the middle of a giant department store or a supermarket, which has got bakeries and delicatessens and aisles of canned goods, and they drop them in the cleaning aisle. And they thought they were coming to buy fish. And then they've got to walk the aisle. Do I go down? Is it aisle 1 or is it over in the corner? Or is it aisle 5? Where on earth do I go to find fresh fish? And at that point, you lose them. They're like, you know what? This is way too hard. I just wanted fish. That's what happens. That's why it's so important, circling back to one of the biggest mistakes happens is when you've paid all that money and done all that work to get those leads, if you have them land in the wrong place, then they won't convert. And that is the critical part of the process. What is the point in generating leads if you're not going to convert them to sales to build your business?